Hi everybody! Happy Sunday evening. Oh my god, I live for Sunday night trainings. I love it. And tonight you're fortunate enough that I am host. Woo! Gonna be lots of music. Yeah, lots of energy, lots of energy. So my name is Danny Wells and I am a Regional Vice President with R1 International. For you guys that are new on the call tonight, a massive, massive welcome to you, and a massive congratulations for everybody who has taken half an hour of their Sunday evening to get onto our online weekly team training. And you're probably noticing something different about me this week. I have lost my blonde hair, or as my daughters call it, yellow. They are pretty upset with me that I've dyed my hair. They said I look like the olden days. They've said that I need to go back to yellow hair. They're not happy, but do you know what? I'm loving the change. So brand new hair, and I am rocking it today. So like it. Okay. So let's get down to business. So I've got a tiny little bit of housekeeping to do, and then I'm going to pass the call on to our trainer tonight. I know you're all looking forward to. So without further ado, let's kick off with the housekeeping. So I've got a few things that I want to run through first. Right, number one, I want to welcome all of the new consultants on. So we'd like to personally congratulate and welcome Amanda Moore, sponsored by Gemma King in the Bromley district. Massive welcome to you, Amanda. I'd like to give a special mention and a thank you to our team PA, Lisa, who put together the most fabulous Christmas party for us this week. So many of us were there at the Christmas party. I think there was 52 of us, and I know a lot of you couldn't attend for different reasons, geography and all different kinds of commitments. But Lisa honestly pulled it out the bag. We had the best time on Wednesday night in Leicester at Athena. It was like a circus theme. The funniest thing at the Christmas party for me was Kelly Bromley saying, Danny, I'm really scared of clowns. Do you think there's going to be clowns here? And I was like, Kelly, this is a circus. Like, we're at a circus event. I would imagine there's going to be clowns. And obviously there was. So she was a little bit freaked out. But other than that, we had a great time. It was brilliant. So thank you everybody that was able to come. A big shout out to Stacey and Paul, who drove all the way from London. It took them nearly 4 hours because there was a problem with the motorway. Got there, it started at 6:30. They got there for 9 o'clock because of traffic, and they wouldn't let them in because Paul was wearing jeans. But they were really smart jeans, but they wouldn't let them in. So that was a bit of a nightmare. But eventually a lovely member of staff went out and got him some trousers so that he could come in. So massive shout out to Stacey and Paul. You travelled the distance for that. Honestly, you're like the most dedicated consultant ever. So big shout out to you there. And also, moving on, like to remind everybody to register for the Mexico trip. So the Mexico trip is next October. It's a week away, five days, and it's for the whole family, whoever you want to take with you, but you have to register. So if you haven't yet registered, ask your sponsor to let you know how to register so we can show you how to do that. But you need to register online for the Mexico trip. You will not earn the Mexico trip unless you've registered, so please do that. Okay. This week, we had our monthly region training on Monday night in Melton Mowbray, where myself, the Wells region, and Fiona's region, the McCarthy region, and also Zoe Allen's region, so the Ali region, all came together to celebrate a whole host of successes for the past year. So many people were recognised on stage. It was a really, really good night. The atmosphere was just buzzing. John did a great job on the DJ, on the decks with the music and the lights. It was fantastic. But I just want to give a massive shout out to the 2016 5 award achievers. So we had Spirit of Arbonne, which were the people that embody Petter Mork's vision, so the people that go above and beyond. We had Sylvia in the McCarthy region, and we had Jen, woo! So Jennifer Cowie in the Wells region. So that was the Spirit of Arbonne, amazing. We then had the biggest growth of the year. So the people that have gone from January to now that have absolutely catapulted in personal growth. So we have Claudia Redlick-Smith in the McCarthy region and Suzanne Wells in the Wells region. Woo! Right, we had top sponsoring. So for the people that have sponsored the most, either PCs or consultants or mix, we had Carol Sutton Houghton and Krista Phillips over in America. Right, top PQV. So for the people that had turned over the most personal volume, oh, Jane, I can see you said, and Zoe's. I've not got Zoe's written down, mainly just because she does hers on a Tuesday night. So that's the only reason I'm not mentioning Zoe's. Top PQV of the year, we had Natalie Crawford and Nikki Marchand. Woo! And last but definitely not least, we had top bonusing. So the person that hit the most bonuses throughout the year, we had Stacey Blackley and Nikki Marchand. You guys that took those top 5 awards, absolutely incredible. So that is what everyone's striving for 2017. Okay, moving on. I would like to recognise 2 people this week that in their business have earned the Roger Bannister Award. So just for anybody that's not sure what the Roger Bannister Award is, this is for people that do their business maintenance by the 15th of the month. So by halfway through the month. So if you're a consultant, that's 1,000 QV. If you're a district manager, that's 2,500 QV. An area is 10,000 QV. So I'd like to give a massive shout out to Andrea Spice, who did hers by the 5th of the month, and Carol Sutton Houghton. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Okay, we've got another shout out this week. We've got brand new district manager in qualification and Strong Start Part 1 achiever, Caroline Stalker, sponsored by Carol Sutton Houghton. Fabulous. Okay, I've got some big news. I'd like to say a massive congratulations and shout out to District Manager Kerry Smith on your 10-year wedding anniversary. Woo! Okay, I'd also like to do a shout out to Agatha Former, Jess Meek, Leslie Lambert, Carol Sutton Houghton, and Carlin Carpenter, who have been on Jennifer Cowie's weekly boot camp. She's run a 3-week weekly boot camp. They've been on every single call on a Sunday morning for the past 3 weeks to build their business to the next level. That is amazing. Well done, guys.
You are the one thing in my way. You are the one thing in my way.
Okay, and then my last piece of information that I want to give to you guys is there is a Discover Arbonne in Stamford tomorrow night at the William Cecil at 7:30 p.m. and that's by our amazing National Vice President Qualification Fiona McCarthy and the gorgeous area manager Rebecca Moore. So that is all of the news that I want to give. If anything has been missed for the past week, pop it in the chat and I'll add it on at the end. So now I'm going to hand over to our trainer for the night. I'm just going to unmute her and I'll introduce her in. So this girl came storming into my life about 6 or 7 months ago when I was on the sofa on a Thursday night. Got this Facebook message from somebody that I wasn't Facebook friends with to say, oh, hi Daniela, you don't know me, but my name's Natalie and I really want to join your team. I was like, woohoo! Like, don't really love those messages. They're very few and far between, but when they come, like, we love it. So I rang Natalie like straight away. I was like, can I ring you now? She's like, yeah. We had a chat and she was straight in. Within days, she joined the business. I drove up 3 hours up north to Middlesbrough to do her ton of launches. And this girl has not stopped since then. She is on fire. She is absolutely storming and she's just an absolute testament to everything that Petter wanted with his business. And I was just saying to somebody on my call a minute ago on my central area call, I said, if Petter Mook was a ghost and he was like stood next to somebody, like, would he be proud of what you were doing? And he would. If he was with Natalie, he would be so proud of what Natalie's doing with his business, how she represents Arbonne. So I'm so delighted that tonight she's going to train on how to get comfortable with the uncomfortable.
Honestly, that was such a lovely introduction. I'm going through such a transition at the moment. I can't even begin to put into words how I'm feeling right now, and everything that you just said just absolutely just really touched me there. Really did. But yeah, so tonight I'm training. My name is Natalie Crawford and I am a district manager. And I am, like Danny said, I'm training on finding the comfort in the uncomfortable. Now, I feel that I can talk about this subject pretty damn well because I started the business, like Danny said, I jumped straight in. I was so excited. I just wanted to get going. I had all this, you know, excitement inside of me, and you know, and I did. I just jumped straight in, and it went amazing. Absolutely loving it. I was enjoying it, and then crept in the negativity, and then everything else that comes attached with it, the no's, and I was in a place where I hadn't found myself. I didn't know my worth. I didn't feel like I should be receiving all these lovely messages off people, you know, because I was a mum. I was a mum and I was a cleaner and I was a cook, and, you know, I was just average Joe. And then I had all this, you know, all this, like, as if I was a film star, and all these people were messaging me saying, oh, you know, you're doing amazing, you're doing amazing. And I kind of didn't know how to cope with it. So it kind of overwhelmed me. That's what it did. It really, really overwhelmed me. And, you know, thinking about everything and thinking about where I was, and, you know, everyone's saying, you know, if you're going to be a leader, you've got to read. And I was like, I can read. I went to school, I can read, I can do it. But my self-worth told me in my head that clever people read, intelligent people read. And I didn't see myself as an intelligent, clever person. And that was, you know, I started the business in April. Now we're in December. And I'm definitely getting there. I see myself as intelligent. I see myself as clever. You know, I see myself as all those things that I didn't initially see myself as. And that has got to be down to one thing and one thing only, which is personal development. Now, I know everybody goes on about it, and people go on about it for a simple reason. And the simple reason is it works. It works. And I didn't get this straight away. You know, I was saying, oh yeah, thanks for all these lovely books, and you know, I got them, and you know, I did absolutely appreciate them. I appreciate anything that anybody, you know, gives or purchases or spends time trying to create for me or whatever, but I didn't get it. I did not get it. And as time has gone on and things have happened, and you know, there's been a couple of deaths, and you know, little things, Gary's gone away to work, and I've been left on my own with the children, and it's just been one thing after another. And in order for me to get to the point where I'm not a quitter, I really am not a quitter, but in order for me to get to the point where I feel like, do you know what, I'm just going to do it anyway, I've had to really, 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 you know, embark on this personal development journey. And, you know, it served me well. It really, really has served me well. So tonight, yes, we are talking about finding the comfort in the uncomfortable. And, you know, what is feeling uncomfortable? Being uncomfortable is a sign of that you're growing and that you're learning. I mean, that's got to be an amazing thing, right? You're learning, you're growing and you're developing as a person. So goddamn, get uncomfortable, feel uncomfortable, get right in there, don't mess about, jump straight in, because it adds energy and excitement, and it gives you new creativity that perhaps you wouldn't think of. When you're nervous and you're feeling uncomfortable, things come, you know, you're on a higher frequency, and things just come to you and you just go with it. You know, it's a natural process that happens, and you just have to roll with it. Just go with it. So feeling uncomfortable, you know, it can leave us feeling a bit self-conscious. It can leave us feeling a bit nervous, and maybe feeling inadequate. And that's kind of how it sort of made me feel initially. Although I did love the buzz and I loved the adrenaline, and, you know, I wanted to go with it. So, but this means that you're stretching yourself, you're stretching beyond your comfort zone. And that's initially what we have to do. We have to grab what we have. This journey that we're all on, you know, it's absolutely amazing. This is it's a vehicle for absolute beyond your wildest dreams. And until you realize that, you are not going to jump straight in there, but you've got to get uncomfortable. If you want to move with your business, if you want to grow, if you want to develop, if you know, you see all these amazing EMVPs and things, they had to get uncomfortable. They had to get to the point where they were nervous and anxious and sweating, and you know, they had to get like that, otherwise they wouldn't be where they are. So this is really just to say to you, just jump in, go for it. Stop hiding behind people. Stop hiding behind yourself. The main person you do hide behind is yourself, and this little chimp on your shoulder that talks away saying, you know, you're not that, you can't do that. Yes, you can do it. We're all the same. We all come from the same, you know, the same, we're just blood and skin and bone. We are all the same, but we've got our own authenticity that we have to go with. You are your own person and you go with it. So basically, I have to apologise. I don't have any slideshows to show you. This is literally coming straight from here, because at the moment, sitting there on that chair before I was, you know, Danny introduced me, I can't even tell you the build up inside me at the minute. Something's happening, and I can't even describe where it's coming from. I can't describe how it's happened. The only thing I can say that I do believe it's from because I've pushed myself into this uncomfortable stage, and I'm on a higher frequency and things are coming to me. So it's going to be from the heart. But what I have developed for you is 7 top tips of ways to be uncomfortable, ways to be comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. So these are my 7 top tips. It's what I think. And it is a journey, and you do need to really, really embrace the journey that you're on. Enjoy it. That was another thing that I wasn't quite doing. I was enjoying it. Obviously, I was enjoying it. I love Arbonne. And I think if you now cut me in half, Arbonne would be straight through the middle, because I absolutely love it. I love the products. I love the ethos. I love the people. I just love everything that it represents. And so really, these are my top tips, but I wasn't enjoying it in the sense where I was just letting nature take its course. I was wrapped up on, you know, I've got to get to district, I've got to get to area, and I was just not seeing the bigger picture. And also it wasn't just about me, but I was sort of thinking, you know, I need to get there and I need to get here. And it's not about me, it's about everybody and the people that I come into contact with and the people that I can help. And I see that now. I absolutely see that now. And I just want to get to work and get going. And I want all of you to take from this that just feeling uncomfortable is the best way to go with your business. So I'm going to start with my 7 top tips. So my first one is clear your head. Okay, and I can't stress this enough. And even though I didn't do the personal development, this is something that I really, really did take on board, and I took it seriously. So every time I try something new and something different, my inner voice gets really, really loud. Okay, so the only way to make this quiet is to clear the noise around me and inside of my head. So for this, I use meditation and I pray. Okay, it helps to go a long way in providing space in my head and to calm me. And it both affects my head and it also affects my soul. And that's something when you really need to really just let go and just to really embrace the moment that you're in. You know, those are 2 of my absolute musts. You know, prayer and meditation. It really does just zone me out. And I think you need sometimes to clear your head. We live busy lives. A lot of you have other jobs as well as Arbonne. You don't just solely do Arbonne. I do solely do Arbonne, but I've got 3 children. I'm on my own. I'm juggling their busy schedules and routines and things like that, as well as juggling my own and meeting people and things like that. So, you know, you need to clear your head. So, and And it also readies you for your adventure and your journey. If you've got that headspace where you can zone out at any point, you know, there might be a point where you're going to meet somebody, but you need that time before you meet that person to just zone out, get your head into gear, and get prepared, ready for that meeting with that person, to then be able to just go and fly with it. Okay, so that's my first one. My second one is to write about the process. So when you're feeling uncomfortable, you need to release tension. So writing, for me, writing about what I'm feeling, the emotions that I'm having at that moment in time. It's a way to express true feeling and to relieve the pressure. It also organises my thoughts in my head and my emotions, so that I can get a clearer picture of the path that's in front of me. So I have a little book, and it goes in my bag, and anything that I need to offload, I write in my little book. I have lots of little books. I've got my gratitude book, I've got my little my offloading book, I'll call it my offloading book. Then I've got my diary. Then I've got, honestly, my bag it weighs a ton. If I ask one of the children to pick my bag up, not thinking, they're like, oh my God, they're carrying it like Santa's sack with all the presents in. It's so funny, but it's really, really important, I feel, to offload. And sometimes when you don't have people to offload to, there's no better way to do it than pen to paper. So also it helps organise your thoughts and emotions, and you can get a clearer picture of the path ahead, which I've just said, and any goals you want to achieve, and the direction and the next steps for your business. Until you write that down, that might not become clear to you. Sorry, I'm juggling a chest infection at the moment, so you're going to have to excuse me. Okay, so my third tip is to reward yourself. If you're going to put yourself through a bit of hell, you know, you're pushing yourself to your absolute limit, and you're striving for your goals, and you know, you're going for it, you are certainly entitled to treat yourself to something nice, you know, a bottle of perfume, a nice top that you've seen, go for a nice meal with a loved one, you know, treat yourself. And this is something, it took me a while to sort of realize that this is what needed to happen, you know, and that boils down again to self-worth. Initially, I didn't think that I was worthy of treating myself. I didn't think that if I saw something, I wouldn't be on that priority list. You know, I was way down there. The children come first, Gary comes next, other people in my life come after that. You know, I was way down there, and my worth wasn't enough to be able to think, do you know what, Natalie, you deserve it. You deserve that treat. Buy it for yourself. And even if it's something small, it can be really, really small, but I tell you what, it makes such a difference when you actually buy yourself something for like a little reward. It really, really does. And it absolutely recognizes where you are in terms of self-worth. And that guilt, every time I now just think, oh, you know, I'll get that, I'll treat myself to that. That guilt of treating myself gets less and less and less every time I do it. But that's because my self-worth is getting higher and higher and higher. And it's such an amazing feeling. Honestly, I can't even tell you. So rewarding yourself, so that's what I would do. So taking risks and working hard means you should allow to show appreciation for yourself. And that's basically what it boils down to. It's showing yourself appreciation. And it shows how much you appreciate yourself and how much you stretch yourself to make it happen. You know, you might have sacrificed quite a bit of time with your family. You might have sacrificed time with your friends. And you might have sacrificed time for yourself, mainly. So the times that you have sacrificed, treat yourself at the end. It's nothing. It really is nothing. We make it out as if it's something, saying, oh no, the children come first, my husband come first, which is lovely. but treat yourself. You are just as important, if not more important than everybody else, because without you and what you're doing with your businesses, things in your life might not be able to happen. So respect that, respect who you are, respect what you stand for, and respect the purpose that you have in your life. So treat yourself for that, reward yourself. So number 4, share the journey. So some challenges are yours and yours alone, but that doesn't mean you have to feel lonely in the process. This is an online business. We are out there on our own most of the time. We do have our teams, but teams could be staggered all over. Obviously we're a global business, so teams could be everywhere, but you don't have to feel alone. Share it. Include your closest friends and your coaches and your mentors in the process so they can support you. You need that support around you. If you are out there and feeling like you are on your own plugging away, you're going to be very, very lonely. And that's one thing that I have recognized, and this is part of my shift at the moment. I have recognized that I am feeling quite lonely in the business. Not any disrespect to Danny. Danny's amazing. She is the best mentor that I could have possibly wished for. She's sponsored me into this business. She's treated me like absolute royalty, and she's nurtured me to the point where I'm starting to nurture myself. And I just cannot thank her enough for that. But in terms of supporting me mentally, supporting me with things that have happened in my past, that are not allowing me to move forward, I've sort of realised that I need someone someone that knows what they're doing, someone that can support me with that. So in terms of rewarding yourself, I think this fits into this as well. But I paid for a mentor. I'm having some mentoring sessions, and I think it's since he's come on board. Sorry, flashing there. I think it's since he's come on board with me that I've really had some massive shifts. And part of that is that I have, and if anybody doesn't really get it, don't worry, because I think it will crop up at some point in your journey. It will crop up, so you will understand eventually. So don't be freaked out what I'm going to say, but really my shift has come from forgiveness, and I've had a lot of things to forgive in my past to be able to allow me to appreciate who I am, to appreciate my self-worth, and to allow me to move forward, to forget that. So instead of that being attached to me and being that chimp on my shoulder, and I've had to really embark on an emotional journey the last couple of weeks that I've been working with him, it's been incredible. And if I'd have thought that I'd have had to embark on what I'd had to embark on, I would have stayed well clear. So again, in terms of pushing yourself out of your comfort zone and feeling comfortable with the uncomfortable, that has got to be the most uncomfortablest thing that I've had to embark on up to now. Like, through the business, working with this mentor has been the most uncomfortable I've ever felt. But yet I feel amazing, literally amazing. So now I'm past that uncomfortable stage and I am in comfort. I am in massive comfort. The higher frequency that I am now is pushing me to a limit that I didn't think I was capable of. And, I'm just full of gratitude, and I have so much abundance to give to everyone, to let them know that it's just an incredible feeling. And I want you to at least take from that to accept when you need help. You need to accept when you need help. You might think that you're strong and you can do it, and yeah, I can do it. I'm gonna go EMVP on my own, and it's not gonna happen. You've got to let people in, and that's what I've had to do, and I've had to realize it. And although it's the scariest thing that I've ever had to do, it's been the best, without a shadow of a doubt. And again, rewarding yourself. You're investing in yourself, and I think it is absolutely key. You need to invest in yourself. If you want to move with this business, if you want to grow as a person, you have to invest in yourself. And this guy I'm working with, he is absolutely fantastic. And he knows what he's doing, he knows what he's talking about, and he knows exactly where to push me to get what he knows he can get out of me, which is amazing. And to find somebody that I've connected with like that is just unreal, absolutely unreal. And I'm so blessed that he's in my life now. So back to share the journey. Where are we? So they can, so obviously the mentors and things, they support you. They're entertained by your struggles. So when I say entertained by your struggles, don't be alarmed by that, thinking they're just going to sit and laugh at you. It's a journey, and it's going back to that. Accept it as a journey. Enjoy the ride. You know, make it a good ride. Make it a good show. Enjoy it. Just go with it. You know, you've got to make mistakes in this business to learn from them. So just accept them, laugh about them, and move on. Close the door, move on. And that's all I can say really on that. And also by sharing this journey, we all know by sharing this journey, you don't know who's watching. You know, someone could be an onlooker that doesn't make themselves known, and you're sharing your journey, you're sharing your highs, you're sharing your lows. You know, that's part and parcel. And we all know that this ride is like this. We don't just go, woo, we're at the top, yay. You know, it is up, down, up, down, up, down. But that shows real life. Real life is like that. And that appeals to people. So just go with it. Just absolutely go with it. And you don't know who's watching that will turn around to you one day and say, I need you to tell me more about your business. And, you know, that could be the make or break of you and the make or break of your business. So just go with it. Don't be afraid to share. Okay, so fifth top tip is create easy time. So when you're pushing for breakthrough, everything can seem so hard. And we all know when we want to go for something, we go for it. We sacrifice a lot. We just, you know, jump straight in there, and it seems hard. So make sure you set time away for simple tasks that you have mastered previously. This is, it does help rebuild your confidence. So in what I'm saying by that is basically, you know, if you've mastered the art of going out and networking, having a coffee and meeting up with somebody, keep doing it. Don't just think, oh, I've done that already. I'll move on now. I'll push myself out of the comfort zone a little bit more. Forget about that bit because that's ticked. No, keep doing it because you've mastered the art of it. If you keep doing it and you know, keep revisiting it, you're going to recognize that as something that you are good at. So it's going to give you confidence and build you in order to push you to the next level. So don't forget about the achievements that you've already made. It's crucial. Just don't. And that will help also make your new challenges seem less hard. So like I said, it's recognizing when you've actually done something, you've mastered it. Keep doing it. So number 6, coming to the end now, is take the plunge. So toe dipping into danger zone makes it hard. It makes it harder to get motivated. Okay, so this toe dipping thing, we've all had a bit of a dabble at it, I guess. And has it got us anywhere? No. Are we still stuck at the same position? Yes. So scrap the toe dipping, jump straight in, take the plunge. Just go for it. Jump straight in, feel the fear and do it anyway. Just feel it in your bones, know where you're going, treat it as the business that it is. You know, this is an amazing, amazing opportunity, and you need to be telling as many people as you can. You know, don't think, oh, she doesn't look like she's going to do Arbonne. I won't tell her. Tell her, because even if she doesn't do Arbonne, she'll know someone that might want to do Arbonne, or she might host a party and you get some great orders from it. So you just don't know. Don't have this stereotypical like version of what an Arbonne consultant looks like, because it doesn't look like that. You just need to just go for it. So jump straight in, being fully immersed into an uncomfortable environment may be stressful, but at least you'll get the experience moving to get to your end result quicker. Isn't that what we all want? We want to get there. We don't want to just plod on and just sit at district and sit at area. We want to move. And so forget toe dipping and get straight in there and take the plunge. So stopping and starting gives you time to think about things as well. And I'm guilty of that. Hold my hands up. I'm guilty. I stopped and started, never fully stopped, but just thought, oh, you know, I've got a lot on this month. I won't do as much. And it gives you time to think. And it also gives you time for the people around you, the little negativities, the negos, to come into your life. I love that saying. That was something that one of my team members, Adelaide, she was like, I'm sick of all these negos. They're driving me mad. And I just could not stop laughing. It was so funny. That's my little saying now. So it gives time for all these little negos to come in and, you know, attack your head. You know, your head was there. Why let it slip back? Keep going. Just keep going with it. And it allows people to steal your dreams. Now, we all know about dream stealers, and we haven't got time for them. You know, move them aside and just keep going, keep focused and keep going. Take the plunge. So my last top tip is to celebrate the small things. So the struggle through our journey provides a steady, good kind of pain and suffering, but it's generally a long process. But it's a good process, and it's a good long pain and suffering. And at the end of the day, it's not a quick event. So set milestones, little milestones that you can celebrate. So little tiny steps that you can think, oh, if I reach that, I'm going to treat myself. Or if I reach that, I'm going to go and take X, Y, and Z out for a meal. If I reach that, I'm going to go and treat myself to a massage. Set those milestones so that you recognize when you are achieving. And when you are achieving and when you achieve, you feel incredible and you feel like you're doing a good job. I was going to say a swear word, but I didn't. And, you know, be proud. Be so proud of what you have achieved and that you've done it. You know, you might have done it on your own. You might have done it with your amazing team that's behind you. But either way, recognize those small little wins and celebrate them because they are really, really, really important. So be proud of every achievement and process that you make. Then when you get to the finishing line, party big time, like huge time. Party all night long, just go for it and just really, really celebrate. And I see that vision and I'm heading there. It's like a shooting star in front of me and I'm trying to grab it and it's going to happen. So that is the end of my training. Thank you so, so much. And I hope that some of that's resonated with you and that you can just put it into action. Woo!
Rainbow skies, this love is like summer lights. This love got me rolling the dice. Don't let me lose. So falling for you, so falling for you.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Executive National Vice President Natalie Crawford. Woo! Oh my goodness me. That was incredible. That was by far the best training you have ever done. Amazing, absolutely incredible. And do you know what, you said at the beginning that you felt really uncomfortable with everybody saying how amazing you are. Well, I'm afraid you're going to have to brace yourself for tonight because everyone's going to be on Facebook celebrating that incredible call. Like, honestly, you're going to have to prepare yourself for it. I'm afraid that was amazing. Really, I think you've absolutely moved people as well. You've given some amazing information, great training, but you've moved people, and it takes someone incredibly special to move people. And I think we've all felt that enormous shift tonight. You were so honest and so vulnerable, and you're such a transparent person, and that is why everybody loves you so much, because you are you and you are the best version of you. And when you said stop dipping your toe in and thinking that you're not the perfect Arbonne consultant. There is no perfect Arbonne consultant. Everybody's different, everybody's raw, everybody's making mistakes. And Natalie, you're just so much proof in that, because it doesn't matter if you're uncomfortable, if you're uneasy, if you're failing forward. There is no such thing as the typical Arbonne consultant. There really isn't. We're all just in this together, figuring it out, like Fiona would say, in the trenches, working it out as we go. And I just love your honesty, Natalie. You're just the most incredible person. I think we're all very lucky to have had your training. And also, I want to say something that Natalie didn't say. She's actually been asked to speak on a radio show this Wednesday afternoon. So if anybody's free this Wednesday afternoon, she's been asked to speak on an author called Mark Sefton's radio show. So I'm going to be plugging into that. I cannot believe you didn't tell everybody. That's a big news, Natalie.
Do you know what? Honest to God, I can't even tell you the things that have come my way this week and last week. You know, I've got some big things lined up that are just starting to process now. And again, it's that overwhelming feeling, but I'm just trying to digest it, get my head around it before I shout it out to the world, you know, because at the end of the day, at the moment, I am so grateful for everything that's coming my way. I'm just kind of keeping it in and just thinking, wow, just incredible. So yes, I am on the radio show, and it's 4 till 6. There is a bit of a slot. I don't know where I'm going to fit in. So as soon as I know on that Wednesday, I will let you know. I'll put it on the Do More, Be More page, and I'll put where the link is and everything. So you can go on and you can listen in, because there's going to be I think there's 4 of us. And basically he's like he interviews like entrepreneurs and lots of different things. So again, it's that connection thing, it's that networking thing. There's going to be people that I'll be able to meet that will lead me to other places. So it's amazing, and I'm so grateful, and I'm so grateful for all of you. Honestly, you are my family, and that means so much to me.
Oh, thank you so much, Natalie. I think we're all prepared for to start our working week tomorrow. And thank you so much, everybody, for getting on the call tonight. If I don't see anybody before, I'll see you next Sunday night on our online weekly team training. Thank you, Natalie.
She works the night by the water. She's gone astray, so far away from her father's daughter. She just wants a life for a baby. All alone, no one will home. She's got to save it. She chose a new love. No one's ever gonna hurt you, love.